Hi, everyone. Sarah Davis here to talk about the importance of developing new skills as a key element to effective coalitions. In addition to my experience working with and learning from coalitions, I also have a background in training. And in this installment of the 6 elements of effective coalitions, we'll explore how adults learn and how this learning increases their engagement in and effectiveness with coalition work. As we begin, I encourage you to download and refer to the 6 elements of Effective Coalitions Resource Toolkit, developed by the Prevention Technology Transfer Center. You can find the toolkit at pttcnetwork.org. Developing new skills is a means by which you can increase your coalition's effectiveness. Offering training and technical assistance to your coalition members builds upon and enhances the knowledge and skills they bring with them, and it helps to create a common language and foundation of understanding across members of the coalition. Consider what new skills your coalition members need to enhance the knowledge and skills they already have, and which would help contribute to the coalition's overall effectiveness. Keep adult learning principles in mind when designing trainings so that they're timely, relevant, and build upon members' existing experience. And look to the wisdom and expertise within the coalition to help guide and provide the knowledge and skills needed to support the coalition in reaching its goals. In order to identify what types of training or technical assistance would be most beneficial to your coalition members, consider the following questions. First, what information do coalition members need to know in order to help the coalition achieve its goals? Second, what do coalition members need to be able to do? What skills do they need in order to be effective? When answering the first question, you may find that coalition members need some foundational knowledge about the topic on which the coalition is focused. Within a particular topic area, such as tobacco use, marijuana, suicide, cancer, housing, etc., you'll want to make sure that your coalition is knowledgeable on the data that speaks to the problem. Who's affected? What are the health outcomes? How severe is the issue? And how does your community compare to others? As well as the evidence base and promising practice for addressing the challenge. What solutions are proposed and why? For example, if your coalition is focused on opioid misuse prevention, it will be helpful for coalition members to have shared knowledge around opioid misuse or overdose rates in your community and the demographics most affected. It will also be helpful to share data around the root causes connected to misuse and the evidence-based practices shown to effectively reduce misuse will help ensure that coalition members have a solid understanding of the issue along with potential solutions. Across a variety of different focus areas, you will likely find that providing training to your coalition members on topics such as an overview of prevention or public health, shared risk and protective factors, the social and structural determinants of health, evidence-based approaches, and the policy change process will deepen their understanding of the issue the coalition is addressing and the most effective ways to approach it. In addition to knowledge and information, coalition members can benefit from skill building in areas such as persuasive communication. This could include being able to craft an elevator pitch, a short, compelling statement of what the issue is, why it's important, and how it can be addressed. This skill can then be applied by coalition members when they're recruiting support from friends, neighbors, or other organizations, when they're writing a letter to the editor, being interviewed on a local radio show, or speaking with an elected official. Data literacy is another area for skill building among coalition members. Understanding quantitative and qualitative data, where to find it, how to collect it, and how to use it to identify priorities and tell a compelling story can help coalition members be active participants in understanding the issues facing their community and making data-driven decisions. Depending on the issues being addressed by the coalition, there's often a need for advocacy skills, whether it's advocating for smoke-free venues, zoning changes, increased funding or resources, or new laws. A unified coalition can be a powerful change maker. Understanding the policy change process and the players involved, is it the state legislature, a local city council, board of health, maybe a planning commission or a school board, is a first step. Building skills in power mapping, policy analysis, campaign planning, base building, and more is key to moving coalition members from informed to activated. Skills in cultural humility and cultural responsiveness are also relevant to the work we do. Most of the issues our coalitions are addressing show that some populations are disproportionately impacted. More often than not, it is Black, Indigenous, and people of color who are unjustly impacted by the effects of drug use, pollution, housing and wage inequalities, and violence. This is not due to race, but rather as a factor of historic inequities and trauma. Knowing the data is one step, but to be able to be effective in bringing about change that improves wellness for all, your coalition members must practice skills in community engagement, recognizing and addressing power and privilege, and cultural humility. What other skills would help your coalition reach its goals? Providing skill building for your coalition members not only helps them be effective on behalf of the coalition, it supports their growth as individuals. This can be a very rewarding element for coalition members and can help to keep them engaged with the coalition. There are a few key concepts to keep in mind with providing training for an adult audience. First, adults want to be involved in the creation of their learning. Getting input from coalition members about what topics they would like to learn more about is important. Adults come with knowledge and life experience. Finding ways to incorporate this experience into the training will make it more fulfilling for participants. We'll talk in just a moment about how you might leverage the expertise and experience of your coalition members in developing new skills. Next, adults learn best when they have high readiness or an interest in learning about the topic and when the knowledge and skills are immediately applicable. And finally, adults tend to approach learning from a problem focus. They're looking for learning to help them address a specific problem. In coalition work, these last two are fairly easy to address, as training can be directly aligned with the skills that members need to achieve the goals of the coalition. To help develop new skills among your coalition members, check out training and resources that are readily available through sources such as the Prevention Technology Transfer Center, Centers for Disease Control, Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration, and the Regional Public Health Training Center Network, as well as local prevention providers that are funded to support capacity building. And when you are looking for presenters, trainers, or facilitators, don't overlook the assets you have within your coalition. Some of the professionals and organizations you have involved with the coalition may be able to share their expertise around the science of addiction, data, or evidence-based solutions. Others may have legislative or policy-making experience, or experience with public speaking or working with the media. And those in your coalition with lived experience with addiction recovery, as a cancer survivor, losing a loved one to suicide, as a lifetime resident in the community, or as an individual from a marginalized group that's disproportionately impacted by an issue the coalition is addressing, have a great deal to offer the coalition in the way of education. Think of the many diverse ways through training and the sharing of experience that you can support coalition members learning from both the head and the heart. Consider what new skills your coalition members need to enhance the knowledge and skills they already have, and which would help contribute to the coalition's overall effectiveness. Keep adult learning principles in mind when designing trainings so that they're timely, relevant, and build upon members' existing experience. And look to the wisdom and expertise within the coalition to help guide and provide the knowledge and skills needed to support the coalition in reaching its goals. Check out the 6 Elements of Effective Coalitions Toolkit for more ideas and resources. Thanks for watching, and we hope you'll join us for part 6 of this video series.